Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manavat and I welcome all of you in one more concept builder video. From this video we are starting a new chapter, a new series, that is quadratic equation. I'm sure you must have heard of quadratic equation in your school time and it must be one of your favorite topic. Yes? No? Well, no worries. If it was not, now we can understand and learn about it. So let's get started. So what we usually do in the first lecture, we understand, we have the introduction of the topic. So here quadratic equation, it looks like what? Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. You might have seen this kind of equation a lot of time. Yeah, square and then you have x to the power 1 and then there is a constant. Yeah, this is the standard form of quadratic equation. Okay, x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So the first term which has the square term, the power is 2, x power is 2. One of the term has x to the power 1 and then one constant. So see, these two terms are okay, but you need to have this order 2. That means a square term in the equation. Then only you can call the equation to be quadratic equation. So what is the standard format of the standard form of the quadratic equation? That is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where you say this a is not equal to 0. What is a? The coefficient of x square. That should not be equal to 0. Yeah. Then you can say this is a quadratic equation. Now we have roots of quadratic equation. So what are roots? Roots means a point or a value through which it has from where it has started. Root, yeah, the way you have root of tree, root from where it starts. So root of quadratic equation. So suppose if you see, let's take one example. So I have taken one example here. It's ready for you. 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. Now if you substitute x is equal to 1 here, what do you get? If you substitute x is equal to 1 here, what do you get? You get 2. Just substitute x is equal to 2. Wherever you have x, substitute that is equal to 1. Sorry, not 2. Substitute x is equal to 1 here. Wherever you get x, substitute that equal to 1. So 2x square, so 1 square minus 3 into x, which is what? Again 1 plus 1, yeah, given equal to 0. So we are checking that. Now 1 square is what? 1. So 2 into 1 is what? 2 minus 3 plus 1 equals to 0. Do you see here? 2 plus 1, 3. 3 minus 3, 0. So here left hand side is also 0, right hand side is also 0. Yeah. So you find left hand side equal to right hand side in this quadratic equation for x is equal to 1. So we can say this x is equal to 1 is a root of this quadratic equation. Yeah. Now you will see different terminology for the same thing. So these are 4 terminologies you have for the same thing. Root of quadratic equation. A number that satisfy the equation. Root of the quadratic equation. 0 of the quadratic polynomial. Same thing. 0 means what? If you substitute, usually the standard form of the quadratic equation is what? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So 0 of quadratic polynomial, that means something which you substitute as x, and you will get that left hand side also equal to 0. That's why we say, zeros of quadratic polynomial. Solution of quadratic equation. Solution, when you solve this, you get the value of x. That's solution of quadratic equation. This we have already spoken. The third point. Fourth point, the roots of quadratic equation. roots of quadratic equation from where it has been originated. Okay, so these terminology is same. So wherever you see these terminology, it means the same thing, the value of x when you solve the equation. All right. Now let's go other way around. Suppose I start from here, root, start from here, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. Can I say here, if x is equal to 2, can I say x minus 2 equal to 0 if I take 2 the other side? Yes. Here, if I have x is equal to 3, if I take 3 the other side, is that x minus 3 equal to 0? Correct? Now tell me one thing. If this is equal to 0 and this is also equal to 0, let's say a is equal to 0 and b, which is also equal to 0. It means if I multiply, tell me, if I multiply a and b, I am going to get the product also 0. Correct? So just stay tuned, don't skip any part of this video if you are a beginner, if you are building the concept. X minus 2 and here I got x minus 3 equals 0. So if you open the bracket, multiplication of brackets, we have learned that in basics of algebra, that chapter. How do you multiply two brackets? What do you do? Should I use the shortcut where what we have done in the basics of algebra? Yes, I can. Thank you. So I have the square term, which will be only x square. I will have what? The x to the power 1 term, that will come from x into minus 3, that's minus 3x, and minus 2 into x, that is minus 2x. So minus 3x minus 2x will get you minus 5x. And then the constant term will come from the product of two constant terms, right? So minus 2 into minus 3, that's going to be plus 6. If you have any confusion or you are finding this to be strange that how did I multiply in one line, then please refer to my basics of algebra series. We have done here multiplication of brackets. We have done this here in the 4th lecture of basics of algebra. Let me continue with quadratic equation here. So this equation, final equation which you got, that is quadratic equation. Yeah. From where did we start? We started with x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. We started from here and then we got this equation. When we go reverse, suppose if we have this equation and I want to know what is the value of x and y, if you go in the reverse direction, yes, I will get x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. From where the equation formation started. This particular equation formation started. This particular quadratic equation formation started. Roots of tree, right? Okay. Great. All right. So this is what we have. Now, next, we understood the general form of quadratic equation, the standard form of quadratic equation, which is what? Ax square plus bx plus c. That is the standard form of quadratic equation. And here, this one, we call it quadratic equation in terms of roots, in form of roots. What are roots? The values of x when you solve the equation. If the values are given, then this is the equation in form of roots. Do you want to try this? Let's try this. So suppose if I say the roots of quadratic equations are, let's say 2 and 5, or let's say 2 and minus 5. Then what will be the quadratic equation? So I will say the root of quadratic equation in form of roots. That is what? The quadratic equations in form of roots. That is what? X square minus alpha plus beta, where alpha and beta are roots. Okay, alpha and beta are roots. Then this will become the quadratic equation. So x square minus, you have the first root, let's say this one, plus the second root, which we have minus 5. Yes, and x plus alpha into beta, the product of roots, that's equals to 0. Simplify, x square minus this will get you minus 3, 2 plus minus 5. Different sign, you will subtract and use the sign of the bigger number, minus here. So minus 3. Yeah, I know I'm writing a lot of steps like baby steps, but I have to do it. 2 into 5 is 10 with the negative sign, so minus 10. This will get you x square minus into minus will become positive. 3x minus 10 equals to 0. So if you have roots given, then this is the equation, this expression, equation, not expression, equation is a quadratic equation in form of roots. Note this down. And it's also important to note the standard form of quadratic equation. Write both of them. Okay, so I hope you understood what is quadratic equation, what is called quadratic equation. So this is it in today's video. My name is Shyam Manavat. I will see you in the next lecture of quadratic equation. Stay tuned. I will see you in the next video. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.